Talls in there.
The
Cool.
chaos at the start was due to Walton's narrow confines. Radicic getting a tap from Ravaglia.
And you get some crashes, as you would with most
Was
motorsports.
the man in the barriers within a few yards of the green light. Then after 11 laps, the Volvo of Kelvin Burt nudged off on the approach to Cascades. Sickening impact.
Whoa.
And the unconscious Burt would need intensive medical.
That's actually scary, unconscious. Volvos are safe, so I suppose this thing's the car you want to be in, especially at race trim.
Forced himself into the lead, and at this point,
Love it. Look at the safety car. It's an old Jag. That's actually
11 laps.
What kind of Jaguar is that? That thing is really cool. I know that's not even part of it. I geek over cars. You know me. That thing's cool. I feel like this is a big engined car, right here. I know it's not part of the series. I feel like that's probably a V8 or maybe even didn't Jags use V12s sometimes?
It's gone. The race was abandoned. Winkelhock the winner. Long term, Kelvin Burt would need some time to
these things
recover
are cool,
from this
dude.
accident. But thankfully, he would be okay.
They have a great
An onboard
stance.
replay showing how fine is the margin of error, how strong the penalty
Oh,
at Alton
man.
Park.
Yeah, that's rough. Wow.
Race 2, equally incident-packed. Winkelhock prevented from making it a double success after making contact with Bincliffe at Knickerbrook. The German
That's
left
not a bad
fuming
one,
by
in
what
comparison.
he regarded as deliberate blocking tactics.
Oh, I'm sure, just like any racing series, I'm sure you have heated, maybe not heated, but, some sort of rivalries going on. You have some fierce competition, you could say, a lot of tactics, right? I'm sure there's some contact allowed, right? Because every racing series seems to have different, rules on what you can do. Rubbin's racing, right? That's the old saying, at least over here. So I'm sure you're allowed some contact, but if it's deemed that you legitimately pit maneuvered somebody, spun him out, I'm sure that's going to be some sort of a penalty, right? These Renaults in front are really cool. I couldn't tell you the models, but I know like the brands at least. I love the yellow and blue paint job. I mean, some of these liveries and paint schemes on older race cars are just iconic, man. I love them.
Away they go. It's a great start by Winkelhock. He comes through. And
Those Beamers look nice too. I'm usually not a fan of BMWs, but these older ones like this,
the right-hander up towards
they're sharp.
The complex. Campbell, Cobb, and Seagrave. And he's
Oh my God, look at that.
And now he's hit Hoy.
Whoa, dude, what?
Both off.
Are these guys teammates? Or when you see that, it's usually, right, are they the same team? Dude, they spawn into each other from that, from the white car.
One of them's a Vauxhall, another one's a Volvo.
I got pushed off by Ravaglia.
Oh my God, how frustrating.
Well, whoever started it, both the Renaults are out. And there is Alain Menu, very unhappy indeed. Kelvin Burt's Volvo.
The Volvos are.
The race, and we're with Winkelhock.
Volvos
now.
are hella
Pretty
cool, dude.
angry Winkelhock. He's last and he's way,
pissed.
way behind.
Right? He is hella
gesticulates
pissed.
there. Leslie leads in the Honda. Beeler is second.
There's a Honda in
is
there?
third. And number one, John Cleland in the Vauxhall Vectra, is in sixth place.
A Vauxhall Vectra. I have to learn about Vauxhall. I don't even know what that is. Looks kind of cool. Here's some more modern footage of one of these 90s Volvos running. I wish it didn't have music. Oh my God. Okay, that has such a unique sound. What? Is that a 5-cylinder? Don't Volvos use those? Dude, that sounds so crazy. It's awesome. It's just so weird. The engine sound up front when it's coming at you is freaking glorious. Dude, that is crazy. And don't get me wrong, it is a great looking car. Right? That thing is awesome. Dare I say the sound is like more exotic than the looks of the car. This thing is crazy. I mean, it just looks so fun. Whoa, was that the rear tire off the ground? I was like, why is that tire not spinning? It's off the ground, isn't it? Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, these things are tuned, man. Hella stiff, obviously, made for handling. I'm assuming these things are pretty light because they're already mostly pretty like compact cars, and then they're totally gutted. I'm not sure if panels are replaced with something lightweight, but you know, you can tell. You can tell these things are lightweight, tuned up. I don't know what these are making for power, but because they have such a planted, you know, chassis and suspension. Obviously, you know, most likely racing slicks or some sort of racing tire. They don't need, you know, huge amounts of power. Although these engines sound like they're running pretty healthy, if you get my drift. These things are probably making, I would guess, even in the 90s, maybe like 350, 400 horsepower. That would be my guess. I think these things could even get away with 300 or high 200s. But I would assume they were making a little more than that. And here's like a short of one of these Peugeots. This is a 406. So again, a car I don't really know about. I'm very new to that brand in general. But I tell you what, everything I've learned about them, I like. And that's talking about their, you know, their regular street cars. This is a race car, of course. I absolutely, for one, love the livery on this. How unique is this? You have this, you know, dark green, which is always sharp, with gold, like, you know, liquefied flames on it, and gold wheels. Green and gold goes together well. That was my color, you know, in sports in high school, and the green and gold I thought was always awesome, you know, for a team colors. So even on a race car, I mean, this looks hella cool. Great looking car. Again, I love the stance on these things. These are sharp, dude. Let's hear it. This is just a short video. That thing is freaking cool. Damn, they're loud. Wow, that looks like so much freaking fun to drive. I feel like they're one of those race cars. Remember, I look at some race cars, and even as a car guy that loves, you know, engines, that loves loud sounds, that loves, you know, speed. There are some cars that actually legitimately scare me that I've seen, right? There are some cars, even as a car guy, I would not technically want to drive. I'd be kind of freaked out by them. Like, that car's too much, right? There are some cars out there like that. I would be all over these because I know these things are probably faster than people think. They definitely look fast on camera, and that's saying something. So they're not a slouch at all. I know these things are fast. I feel like they're very well put together, though. Like, they're fast and they're controlled and they're balanced. That's the drift I get from these. And so I feel like these would be like one of the most perfect race cars someone could drive as like a newbie, right? I feel like they would be somewhat forgiving, obviously, compared to like throwing some average Joe into a Formula One car. I think that'd be legitimately dangerous. In other words, I want to drive one of these, right? If I were to pick like a race car to drive, totally new to this, I already know these would be like at the top of my list. These are freaking awesome. Then we have a little bit of onboard from a Renault Laguna from 97. So same era as well. Yeah, those things are awesome. Totally gutted. Racing seat. Harness, sparkle wheel. This thing, I wonder if that was original from 97. Did they have like a Motec screen like this? I assume probably by 97 they had that. Maybe not. But either way, all you have is a dash. And I see carbon bits in here. Otherwise, it's totally gutted. This looks like, judging from these turns, right? Go like those U-shaped going down and then back up. Is this Brands Hatch in the UK? That's a fun track. I've played that in the racing sims. It's actually really fun. It could be a tricky track too. It can throw